Alright guys, welcome. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about YouTube money, but on the side of how much you can expect to make per category, not as an individual YouTuber, how much PewDiePie makes or whatnot, but rather if you're a gaming YouTuber, how much you might expect to make, if you're a vlogger, how much you might expect to make, and then if you're someone like a financial or investment YouTuber, you can expect to make a different higher level. So we're going to dive into all those numbers. I'm going to reveal to you guys some of my experiences and some of the numbers that are actually out there in the world, and we're going to kind of compare and contrast some of those numbers and what you might expect as an average YouTuber in some of those categories. Now, with that being said, I do have a sponsor for this video, and that is Skillshare. So Skillshare is an online learning community where you can learn about anything you want. If you're actually trying to become a YouTuber and you need to hone in some of your skills on some of these basic categories, whether that's gaming, whether that's makeup and beauty on YouTube, or whether that's just figuring out how to actually shoot video and be professional or confident on camera, Skillshare has a class for that. And when you sign up for the Skillshare Premium annual membership, it will actually come out to less than $10 a month, and you can actually take as many of those classes as you want. So if you decide one category actually wasn't for you, you can switch over and start something new anytime you want. One class I'd highly recommend is YouTube Success, Script, Shoot, and Edit with MKB HD. You guys all probably know of him. He's an amazing YouTuber with a ton of followers, and this class is going to show you how to be successful on YouTube. The first 1,000 people to use the link in my description will actually get a free Skillshare Premium membership to try out. So go ahead and take advantage of that. And with that being said, let's go ahead and jump back into the video. Now, one other thing that I do want to touch on is we're going to just be talking for like the US market. So if you're getting views from people that are in the US, the audience of your channel is mainly in the US, that is what we're talking about. Because if you're actually talking about different parts of the world, you know, if you're from, say, Poland and all of your views are coming from Poland, your average CPM is actually going to be lower just because the amount of ads and targeted ads that are coming to that region is not as competitive as, say, the United States for selling products and different things like that. So that's why we're going to be focusing on views coming from the US generally, just because that's where the majority of them will be coming from for someone interested in a video like this. Alright, so let's actually start with one of the lowest categories on YouTube, and it might surprise you a little bit. And again, this is for the average person, not some huge YouTuber. They might have a different level of income because they're such a strong name and brands want to work with them. But for the average YouTuber, someone that's partnered but isn't huge, just trying to make their way, one of the lowest categories is actually gaming. And that is partially because of how saturated it is versus how many products are wanting to advertise on this space. Now, don't get me wrong, there are tons of gaming products, tons of gaming accessories and things, but the amount of videos out there are just so huge that it's actually pushed down the CPM way low. And it's, believe it or not, basically from about 50 cents per thousand views to about $3 per thousand views. Now, you might find some outliers there. You literally could make 20 cents per 1,000 views, or sometimes you might make like $4, $5 per 1,000 views. But again, the general setting there is going to be about 50 cents to $3 per thousand views. Now, that means if you're having 1 million views on your channel in a month, that's going to be about $500 to $3,000 with an average of, let's say, $1,500 per 1 million views. So that's on the lower end. Now, for some vlogging people, it's going to change a little bit. You have a bigger range because the types of vlogs are going to be a little bit different, but just a general vlogger is actually going to be closer to like the $2 to $5, maybe sometimes $7 CPM. So what that means is if you have 1,000 views, you're going to be making on average somewhere in the like $3 to $4 range per 1,000 views. Or if you want to change that into 1 million views in, say, a month, in that month for 1 million views, you're going to be making like $3,000 or $4,000 from YouTube ads alone. Now, what you probably came from, other than one of the lower side of the CPM categories, which is gaming, is what's on the higher side. And it might be kind of obvious, maybe not to some of you, but it's actually going to be business related videos. Now, there's a number of subcategories in that, you know, personal finance, investment, even things like drop shipping, how to run your own business, starting a business, things like that, or managing money in general. So all types of things like that are going to have slightly different CPMs. But if we're going to look at something like personal finance and, you know, managing your own money, those rates actually come in at about $8 to $12 per 1,000 views. Again, that can vary. Sometimes you might see 6, sometimes you might see like 15. but 8 to 12 is going to be the average range where the majority of those views will come in for that dollar amount. So if you're making 1 million views in a month, you're going to be getting paid about $10,000 on average per those views. If you actually go into the investment side of things, you're talking about stocks, maybe you're talking a little bit more about e-commerce and building a business, you're going to see even higher rates, and those can literally get in like the $10 to $20 range. Of course, it's hard to pick exactly which video is going to do what, but on average, you can see like $15 per 1,000 views with those types of videos. So if you're talking about stocks, you're talking about how to build a business, how to build wealth and things like that, how to develop your business. There's a lot of money coming into those types of videos for advertisements, people wanting to sell their services, tell you how to make money, tell you why you should buy into this business, that business, whatnot. There's a lot of money there, and people will be paying about $15,000 per 1 million views just because, got a little interrupted by the dog barking there, but anyways, people will pay you about $15,000 per 1 million views because there's so much value in what the people are trying to sell that'll come right back to them, meaning they can spend more money on these ads because if they even get one person to buy into that product they're advertising, they're going to see a big return, which is why they're willing to pay more money and why there's more money in it. So once again, just to run through it, gaming is very low, which is maybe surprising, but it's partly because of how many videos are out there, how saturated the gaming side of YouTube is, how many creators are out there versus the amount of ads and demand for those ads on the videos is, and that can be just a few dollars or even less than $1 per 1,000 views. Now, as you go up to different categories, such as personal finance, business, things like that, you're going to see a lot higher up there at the $10 and even $20 range. And of course, there are some very, very special niche videos by specific people. You can literally see $50 per 1,000 views, $100 per 1,000 views, but that's a pretty rare occurrence. And you're going to have a well-established channel, a lot of viewers, and someone really wanting a particular ad on that video. So that's not where you're generally going to be seeing, but anything's possible. The same way that some of those gaming videos can be just a few cents per 1,000 views. Anything can happen, but those are the general ranges and why you might see some different videos having different ads and the amount of ad frequency on those videos. And once again, I hope I made it clear, but that is just for ads on YouTube, the CPM coming from AdSense. That is not to talk about sponsors. That's not to talk about selling merch, all these different things. If you're getting a sponsor, if you're selling merch, you can actually make more money per each view because you might have a chance of selling some of your merch. You might have a chance of getting more affiliate links from your sponsorship, things like that. So there's, of course, ways to make more money. You might be a gaming YouTuber that doesn't have a high YouTube CPM, but you have a lot of people that want to buy your merch, right? You have a dedicated fan base, so you can make a lot of money still. But from the YouTube side of things, it's going to be a little bit lower. So with that being said, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Subscribe if you did, and drop a like, kind of reverse that, but drop a like as well, and follow me on social media. We will be posting plenty more videos like this, business, personal finance, lifestyle, things like that. So if you guys do enjoy that, you won't want to miss the next ones. And of course, check out Skillshare. Thanks to them for sponsoring this video. And that's it. I'll see you guys later. Peace.